And
did you get Nightwing?
yes, I did. I got that last week.
Really quick, because I'm going to get a phone call in like 10 minutes, and I don't want to miss out on anything really quick. I want to talk about the ones I got. Justice League Dark Zero was Michael's Superman. Number 0 was okay, it exists. And then the 3 Green Lantern was pretty good. I'll keep Nightwing out, so we'll do that next. And Green Lantern Corps was good. Did you get Earth 2?
No, I couldn't find it at mine.
Oh, okay. Earth 2 was alright, but I ended up dropping Earth 2 anyway. Green Arrow was Michael's, Action Comics existed. Swamp Thing and Animal Man. I would say grab these, Mike. You might like these, Swamp Thing and Animal Man.
We'll see how much, depending on how much money I got. So you said you wanted to talk about Nightwing next?
Yeah, Nightwing's the last book after all the books I just mentioned. So.
Okay, so here we got... I told you guys you were going to see a theme. We got issue 0 of Nightwing. You see him on the cover. It's kind of, it is the guy who plays Nightwing, but he's not Nightwing at all in this comic, so the cover's kind of misleading. It's basically telling...
Actually, all the covers look like this. They're mostly all origin stories, so...
Well, I was going to say, like, in this...
have the hero on the cover.
Well, I was going to say, like, if people, like, bought it because they thought it was going to be him being Nightwing.
Oh, yeah, that definitely... yeah, in that sense, yeah. It's just about his origin, how he became Robin, actually.
Yeah,
more than how he became Nightwing.
So you see, the beginning is him and his friend doing parkour moves off moving trains and basically showing his acrobatic skills. Him getting into trouble with the law because they're basically doing stuff they're not supposed to. His friend puts a cop in danger, and Dick gets him out of it and saves him, but he gets in trouble anyway with the law, so he goes to his parents saying, you're going to be grounded for at least a month or whatever, and his dad wants him to train more with him. It's his mom's birthday, and so he gives her mom's favorite things are birds or robins, so he got a bracelet with 2 robins on it. I don't know if you got it right there. And so they have a big show the next day that Bruce Wayne attends, and there's a guy basically intimidating the circus owner, saying, like, you need protection, basically the old style mafia, where they paid for protection, and if you didn't buy the protection from them, they would show you why you needed it, so they would cause an accident. And the guy originally says no, and so they did something to the trapeze wires that his parents are on, and so they broke. And it shows Bruce Wayne sitting in the front row, and Dick picks up the 2 bracelets that he gave his mom, and Bruce Wayne's talking to him, and they do a thing where it shows what he does when he has a headache, his teeth grinding in his eyes, and that'll become important later in the story. Bruce talks to Gordon, saying, like, Gordon says he'll need somewhere safe to stay for a while. Bruce offers his house, manor, whatever, as a place for him to go. And like the SS, the services for kids, I can't say social for some reason when I'm saying social services.
Yeah, but he gets it.
Yes.
He adopts him right away.
Yep, and he gets him, and he's saying, like, he's still adjusting, playing video games and stuff, when he's not actually playing video games. When it says much of his time playing computer games, he's actually looking up different news articles and any information he can get on the guy that killed his parents. And they're saying he's adjusting, but in reality he hasn't adjusted yet. He's still trying to figure out who killed his parents, why that he killed his parents, trying to figure out where he's at. And then it goes on to say, like, through his nights he found Batman fighting crime, and he starts fighting crime himself, and Batman has to come and save him one time. And Dick basically knows it's Bruce Wayne from the beginning, because again it shows that...
Three things.
Yeah, it shows the tension headaches, the eyes twitching, and the teeth, but he doesn't let him know that he knows for a while. And so, eventually Dick finds out that Bruce had basically the same experience and that he spent his entire childhood trying to figure out who killed his parents and get revenge. And that's how he became Batman. More of a monologue of like him fighting crime, and he's like saying every time I would go out where I shouldn't have been, Batman was there to take care of me. And then he knew that that night something would change, and that Batman brings him back to the Batcave, and it's there where he reveals, like, I know you're Bruce Wayne. And he's like, I knew you hit it well, but I've known since the moment I first saw you as Batman. So it shows you even though he's not his real son, but he's picked up on like detective skills, and he'll make a very good Robin. And he convinces Bruce to let him fight for him. And so at first Alfred disagrees, but it's not like Bruce makes the comment, we're not going to keep him off the street anyway, so we might as well give him the tools he needs to survive. And so he starts training him in all the martial arts and detective skills that Bruce knows, and all the tools, batarangs, and such things. And he makes the comment that he and Bruce are similar but different, because Bruce to this day visits his parents once a week, and the clock that leads to the Batcave is set at the exact time that his parents died. And so Dick is kind of like asking Alfred
Yeah, but Alfred kind of makes Bruce look bad. He's like, it's okay, you're healing. Certain people let the grief drive them.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a stab at Batman. Like, yeah, well, Bruce is kind of using it as a means to be Batman, but you're actually,
healing by not going to mourning his parents every single day of the week. But I guess that'd be because Bruce didn't had like Alfred, and that was like about it. He had to survive on his own. And so it basically goes on. Dick eventually starts off with just being the computer guy, while Batman's out telling him like, oh, you need to go here, you need to go there. Lady Shiva is an assassin that kills one of the people that would have had information on the guy that killed Dick's parents. And Dick is kind of naive, saying like, oh, he's about 4 minutes away, and Bruce kind of makes up the thing. 3 minutes is an eternity for an assassin like Lady Shiva. He could already be well dead by now. And it turns out he is. And Shiva attacks Batman with a poisoned, I don't know if you want to call it a cross or a...
No, it's a cross. You can call it a cross.
A throwing cross. And you see his vital signs crashing. He's being poisoned, so Dick runs out to try to save him. And he's been working on a Robin, turn out to be a makeshift Robin suit. He's not it's not ready yet, but he figures he got to go help him anyway. And so he goes out and he's fighting Shiva, and she compliments his acrobatic skills and kind of says like, well, when you decide you want to be more than Little Robin and you want to step out of Batman's shadow, she'll show him that he can be much more. So basically kind of tempting him like, come on my side and I'll show you like the real skills. And then it goes basically on Batman and Robin are getting into the car and saying like, I won't be Robin. Robin would be anything but permanent, and that was fine. After all, things always change. That
was the whole theme of this, yeah.
Yeah, so the theme was change occurring. So, Nightwing, very good story. I'd recommend it. I'm pretty sure Absolutely. Chris would recommend it.
You might like the next story arc, Mike, because it takes place right after this. Issue 13 is going into Nightwing versus the woman at the end of the story,
Lady Shiva.
So you might actually get what you were looking for in the next issue.
Yep, and then for the I know the Batman didn't they say that the death in the family thing is gonna be involved?
Yeah, but it's not crossing over in Nightwing for a couple of issues. Nightwing has its own story. It has to include a few like Batman and Robin has one issue 13 that they want to do first. The crossover should be happening around like December, where it'll be in all the Batman books. And they said you don't have to buy all the books to know the story, so technically each book is going to have its own story. So you can still read it and not have to be buying the actual Batman book. So you'll be fine.
Yeah. And I don't know if you picked this one up yet. The next one I'm going to do is Batman and Robin issue 0. I don't know if you picked that up.
I didn't pick it up yet, Mike. I apologize if I stand up and walk away for 5 minutes. I might get a phone call.
That's fine.
So I'll be back, I hope. But keep going. I'm going to stay here with you until I get the phone call.
Alright, because after this I got one more comic to do anyway. So.
Okay.
So Batman and Robin is the story, and it starts off with on a remote island in the Atlantic Ocean about a year and a half ago. And this is basically going to be a I don't know if you want... This is present day, and then it's going to lead into a flashback about this guy is fighting these assassins, and it appears like Batman's following him, but it's not Batman, it's Man-Bat. And he cuts off his arm wings, whatever you want to call them. And saying, like, leads into a flashback, and is it Talia or Tally?
Talia.
Talia, because I always get them confused. It shows Damian Wayne is being basically, I don't know if born, because it's in like a synthetic womb. It
basically he was simulated. He was created through artificial means. It was her genes and Bruce's genes, except the only difference is the original, the old DCU, they actually had sex and she had the child, but in this universe apparently she makeshift created Damian for some weird reason.
And so she gets him. He's born, and she's basically as a test, because the Al Ghuls are messed up in the head, basically, in my opinion. So he's literally born about a few seconds. For only a few seconds, and she's like, show me you have the strength and willpower. She puts him into a pool. A pool, and says, do what is necessary. So basically, like, show me you have the skill to survive. So she makes him have to learn to swim, literally minutes or seconds after being born. Then one of the one of the maids is like, are you sure you should be doing that? Then Talia says, you never tell a mother how to raise her child, so she throws something like a stick or some sharpened object at her, kills the maid, and picks Damian up, and he's like, welcome to our world. The next few pages are basically him training with Talia and asking about like his dad. He eventually finds a Batman costume in one of her treasure chests in front of her bed, and he's like, "Oh look, I'm a Bat Mom," and she says, "You're more than the Bat. You're Damian. You are the future." And then he asks about the origin of his name, and how she named him to be his name means to tame, and he's born to tame the wild world, so that way there'll be like destiny takes shape for an Al Ghul, and he said after you've tamed it, you will control it and possess the world. And so basically his whole sole purpose for being alive is to tame the world. And so the next 2 pages is just flashes of him growing up, and him wanting to know more about his father. And so until he beats his mom in a fight on his birthday, he won't know anything. And so once he does, she'll tell him everything he wants to know. So it goes years by the years, like, happy birthday, Damian, you lose. And then, like, farther and farther and farther. And then I'd say he's about, like, 15, maybe 13, by the time that comes back to present day. So it shows all his training, him trying to beat his mom, and it's his birthday again in present day, and this is the test. So he has to beat his mom and all these assassins. He is about to get ambushed from behind when he comes out of the jet, and he pulls out 2 machine guns, kills all the assassins that come after him, and he does anything and everything he can to kill the assassins using every tool available, including using the ninjas' parachutes against them, noting that, remember, everything is a weapon, my brothers, including silk. And then he pulls the parachute, killing a lot of the assassins by getting them tangled in the parachute. Then it shows Talia sending the man bat after Damon, and him slicing the wings off of that. Him landing on the ground and starting to fight his mom, and showing that he improved in skill. They're holding nothing against each other. And I thought this was kind of interesting. When he finally beats her, you see the shadow reflecting off of him, and it kind of looks like he has bat ears, even though he clearly isn't wearing like a costume or anything. So it's saying, showing them Batman's son. I thought that was kind of cool. Let me show you, Chris. Like right there.
Oh, that's cool.
And so he finally beats his mom, and now he'll be able to know anything that he wants about his father. And they're about to head to London, and they're underwater. And she's saying, remember, you have to. Your father showed me both sides of himself, saying like Batman and Bruce Wayne. So she gives him a sword and his costume, and you see him watching film on Batman. Talia captures Batman with her mutated like man bat things, and brings it in front of Damian, saying like, blah 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 blah. I'm gonna show you the boy, and he's under my control now. Batman has no idea what she's talking about. He's like, boy, what are you talking about? And then you see Damian holding a sword up to Batman's throat, saying, Father, I thought you'd be taller. And then that's where the story ends. I'll show you real quick.
That was the funniest way to end that book.
And I thought the story was a pretty good one. The way that I've been hearing it, this was a good... Comparing with the Batman one I just got done doing, the Batman series is supposed to be really good, and that was another excellent addition. And then this one is a good book, but the book is still out on the series. People are kind of iffy on that. But this is a good book to pick up if you're interested in Batman, Robin, Damian, and his origins. And then the last one I got is, I'm going to give you guys about 5 seconds to guess what kind of comic book it's going to be, about who it's going to be about. Chris already got it. You guessed it, Batman the Dark Knight. This one's a lot darker of a origin story than the first Batman. It goes more in depth, showing like he's at the funeral, and he's like, we know where it starts, the patter of pearls on the asphalt, showing the pearls falling on the ground after his mom got shot. He's at the funeral, but I thought they did a good job with the artwork, with making the raindrops that are close up look like pearls. I'm gonna show you real quick. In that panel, they make it look like pearls are falling from the sky. I don't know if you can tell. So then he's thinking about it constantly, and he is looking through his dad's stuff, trying to figure out why would someone kill my dad? My dad was a great man. He never did anything to hurt anybody. His whole purpose was to help people, and it shows him growing through the years. He actually goes back to the alley to try to find some information from anyone that was sitting there, and there's a homeless guy. He's like, I'll give you information. if you give me your watch, but it's his dad's watch, so he's hesitant at first. But he's so desperate for information that he gives it to him. But the guy just pushes him down afterwards, and he's like, "Get out of my way! Don't come back here if you know what's good for you." And so then it goes through the years, saying like you've got to people saying you've got to move on. It happened so long ago. It shows Batman or Bruce Wayne, excuse me, in Roxbury Fielding Academy, so like school days. It shows him how he's practicing boxing, learning how to fight. His coach is saying, "Okay, Wayne, easy now. You don't want to break any jaws," showing like his whole purpose in learning any of this is to learn to fight so he can avenge his parents. He's in English, and it's talking about Emerson and Edgar Allan Poe and their beliefs about the heart and why people do things. Emerson's belief that if you looked into your private heart, you saw beauty and light, the pattern of the natural world. And then Poe, of course, inverted this myth of America, claiming that when he looked into his heart, he saw instead chaos and darkness, showing that each person has their own something inside their heart. And so he's using the boxing to fight, so that way he can confront the guy. So using the beliefs of different authors to figure out what the motives would have been behind killing his parents. Saying the more I looked, the more I found. His roommate says he needs to get him a girlfriend because he spends all of his time studying. He's practicing fencing, so that way he knows how to fight. He studies the John F. Kennedy assassination to try to figure out motives, why someone would do something. Then it shows his graduation day, and he is the only one right there. And he, valedictorian, I want to say, top of the class. He's the only one not throwing his head up, not smiling, not celebrating, showing that he has a life.